Alright boys, we are back, and it's time to continue our GM mode with the Ottawa Senators. GM Superbman has officially moved in. It's our first day in office, so let's assess our roster and see where we can go from here. In the last video, and on the website, I put up the vote for which goaltender should be traded away, and overwhelming support to get the older goaltender, Craig Anderson, out, and let the young Robin Lehner and Andrew Hammond fight it out. That does make sense on paper, I suppose, right? But again, going back to what I said in the last video, I don't want to make the trade in this video. I'd like to simulate a month, give all three goaltenders a chance, and then we'll take a look at their individual stats to see who is truly performing the best. Yes, the overall numbers are there, 86 for Anderson, 85 for Hammond, 84 for Lehner, right? But I want to see how they actually play out there because I want to be a playoff team year number 1. So, we have the vote in mind. I know what you guys want from this team. I've already gone ahead and edited some lines. Before we go any farther, though, I have some comments I have to answer. First up, so that means you're going to be taking over our capital. GM Superbman for Prime Minister of Canada and GM of the Ottawa Senators. So it's the GM PM Superbman. That's right, the general manager duties come before the Prime Minister duties. We're Canadian after all. I also think that you should trade Anderson, maybe for a top 4 or top 2 defenseman. Keep Hammond, have him as vice president, and who needs the Big Mac? We got the Hamburglar now. Alright, so here is a comment suggesting the same thing as the vote. Anderson should be traded away. I hear you guys, but I want to see what Andy can do for us. Next, you should trade for a young top 6 forward like Tarasenko or my teammate Nino Niederreiter. I still can't spell his name right. Forgive Zach. Alright, so I knew I was going to see these comments already. Trade for Giroux, trade for Crosby, trade for Tarasenko, right? I mean, look at this next comment. You've never drafted a franchise player before. You should trade up for McDavid or Eichel. We haven't even simulated a day yet, and I'm already getting comments to tank for the season to get McDavid or Eichel. Ottawa's trying to make the playoffs here, boys. We can't worry about these amazing players, right? We got to keep it realistic, and at the beginning of a season, why the hell would the St. Louis Blues trade away Tarasenko? Why the hell would Edmonton or Arizona or Buffalo trade away their first-round pick, right? It's just not going to happen. If we get a top pick, we get a top pick, but I'm not going to be moving up for it right now. The tank is not real in Ottawa. Next, remember, Johnny likes to keep it realistic. See? This guy knows. San Jose, Winnipeg, and St. Louis probably want to keep their respective players as future building blocks. Exactly. However, I do agree that either Anderson or Lehner probably need to go. Preferably Lehner, as I haven't seen him get good in 15. And Anderson has way more experience under his belt. That's a good point, actually. Anderson and Hammond for the future. Maybe for a young prospect off a team in the cup chase, but still rather weak at goaltending. Example, Minnesota, so Dubnyk doesn't have to start every game. So yeah, he's saying to trade Anderson, maybe to a team that already has a goaltender, but maybe a goaltender who's like 85, 86, 87. So there's at least a backup there. That makes sense. That's a good comment right there. Again, I want to see how these goaltenders play. Next, 3.5 green for Hoffman. Well, I went back and I did that for you guys. There seems to be like a glitch in old gen for NHL 15. If you say create your own rosters, right? And then start up a GM mode, then back out and start it up again, the potentials will be all different. I did that a few times. Hang on a second, I'll just show you this, and then I'll go back to green. I did that a few times before I started up the last episode, because I wanted to make sure that the year 1 draft didn't have like 5 goalies going in the top 5. So I loaded it up a few times, simulated a day until I saw this. Top 5 for Hannafin, top 5 for Strome, McDavid, top 5. I know it doesn't say franchise anymore. I had to go back and edit green. 3.5 green for Hoffman, but he still has the exact same stats. I haven't decreased him at all, so he's still a franchise player, right? So the scouting is a little bit different, but that's because I loaded it up a few times so that I could get rid of that glitch with the potential. There was a lot of different potential for my players. What should I check? I'll go to contracts. There was a lot of different potential changes in the first episode. I didn't even realize. Like, Carlson was 4.5 green star. That wasn't supposed to happen, right? So here it is again. I'll just show you the quick potentials. Carlson, 4.5 gold. Turris, Lazar, all right. Zabinajad, Weircock, Cowan, Cody Ceci, there he is. Hoffman and Stone. They're both 84 with 3.5 green. All right. Shason is not 3.5 red now, 3.5 yellow. So we went ahead and fixed Mike Hoffman. And the next comment, personally, I would have made Mathot 84 or 85 rated and dropped Cowan to an 82 or something. Coming from from someone who watches every Sens game. Method is a beast, while Cowan is inconsistent. I listened to that. All right, and there you go. Method is an 84, not an 85. He's got some pretty good defensive categories. His offense drags him down a little bit, but a strong 84. I agree with that because of his contract. The guy's going to be on the team for a long time, so don't want him dropping to like an 80 overall in like a year or two, right? And also, I dropped, where is he? Cowan down to an 82. He still has his 4 golds, but he's an 82. His body checking and strength and balance were like 90, so I think that's what really skyrockets his overall, right? So I dropped that down a little bit. Offensively, he's not the greatest. Another defensive defenseman. All right, so thank you for the comments. Again, the comments are going to make our GM mode much better, but no more loading it up. The rosters are the rosters. They're set in stone now, okay? So, I'll just show you guys our lines. I already went ahead and made a few changes. I don't want to make any major changes just yet. We're going to get the month done, all right? So, McCallick is actually going to get some time. I wanted to get another sniper in there. Curtis Lazar is going to play the wing on the 3rd line. You know the top 6. You guys convinced me with MacArthur. I'll leave MacArthur there for now. Chris Neal's going to get some time as well. I want to play the grinder. The guys who are scratched are Colin Greening, Eric Greiba. So, I have a forward and a defenseman. There's our defensive setup, Method and Carlson. Some people were saying put Weirkoch alongside of Carlson. I could do that, but Method's getting some real money. Let's give him some ice time, especially in the first year or two. Let's see what that defensive defenseman on the first line can do. All right. Power play looks like that. I actually like the defensive core. Going back, 3 lefties, 3 righties. I actually kind of like their defensive core here. Power play looks like that. Penalty kill looks like that. I wanted to give Lazar some ice time. We could put our better players in the penalty kill. Maybe that would make it better. I just want to see how it does in the first month. I want to give ice time to the youngins. All right, 4-on-4 lines look like that. Extra attacker looks like that. And goaltender, we're going to start with Andrew Hammond. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do here for the first month. And then Binghamton. We only have 2 top prospects that we're playing down there. Pumple? You guys are trying to explain how to say that. Pumple? I'll just say Pumple, then you guys can tell me how to really say it. And Peugeot is down there, so they're on the first line with Eric Condra. I'd imagine they have a pretty good season. All right? So, there you go. So, let's simulate up to day 1 against the Nashville Predators. Damn, we got to face Nashville on the road. That's not fun. All right, so we'll go up there. And while it's simulating, I'll show you guys some fan art. Yes, we have fan art. You can send fan art to me using the website or Twitter, just like before. If you want to just keep using Twitter, that's fine. I'll go through both of them, all right? First up, the Super Swede, Erik Karlsson. Yeah, this guy's going to be our captain, our leader. He's younger than Captain Keith Yandel, and he played for 10 years, right? So, this guy, he's going to split his time between Sweden and the Ottawa Senators. Hopefully, he can win a championship for both. Next up, Sens fans, welcome GM Superb, man. Yeah, back in the nation's capital. We have hope. Nah, that was the old one, son. We got to come up with a new one now. Just continue. I'm doing multitasking here. Continue, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get this fan art done. Come to the dark side. We have hamburgers. Very nice. So, I didn't even notice Phil Kessel was there. All right, so I don't know how Ottawa Senators would be the dark side, though. We're not the Empire just yet. I'll turn us into the dynasty. Bring Superb Man to the nation's capital. Don't worry, Bobby Ryan. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. You're going to win a cup. No Stanley Cup in Ottawa since these guys. It's about time to get GM Superb, man. That's right, Ottawa did win a championship before the NHL was the NHL, right? So, it's been a long time coming. I might have to bring those jerseys back out for a few games. Give us some luck from the old schoolers. GM Mode Ottawa, number 1. That's actually a pretty good thumbnail right there. The Hamburglar in the Senators outfit. Quite nice, quite nice. And last but not least, oh, look at this. Murray leaving team headquarters after being informed of the team's decision. Oh, Jesus. Murray's been fired for GM Superb, man. Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Had a good time there, Murray. But Superb Man is the GM that is going to bring the dynasty, the Stanley Cup, to the nation's capital. So get the hell out of my way. All right? So thank you very much for the fan art, boys. Episode 1, I got so much. It was quite overwhelming. So keep sending them in. I'm going to do these honorable mentions after all the fan art that I actually talk about, but there's just no way I can talk about every single one of them, all right? I'll try to get them all in the video quickly like this, but thank you in advance. But if I don't show it, don't take it the hard way, all right? We got to get along with the video here. So here we go. Year one with the Ottawa Senators. Game one on the road against the Nashville Predators. I want to see how this team plays. So the first game is going to be Andrew Hammond in the net. We're not going to be doing the real-time simulation for every game, but the first month, this first video, I want to see just what our team plays and the advanced stats, the shots per game and all that for you guys as well, right? So we'll go through it quick. First period, 3-2. Second period, 3-2. And third period, Andrew Hammond gives up 3. Ooh, that's not good right there. So 5 goals on 30 shots for Andrew Hammond. Our offense scored some goals. All right, so this is what we're going to be doing in the first few games here, all right? So Andrew Hammond, that's not a good game. This is why I didn't want to make the trade right away, boys. Now, the Nashville Predators, they are a good team, right? But still, I'm looking for somebody to come in here and make a statement. Andrew Hammond had an amazing start to his real NHL career. Not so much here in the GM mode. So Hammond, he got the loss. I'm going to scratch him. I'm going to get Anderson in there. I also want to give Lehner some ice time. That's why I'm not going with Anderson and Hammond, because Lehner's the backup, 84 overall. I want to make sure this guy grows. I'm going to give Lehner some ice time as well. Don't worry. This won't take that long. I just want to see a first few games here. Give all the goalies some ice time and see what they produce for us. So against the Tampa Bay Lightning on the road. First, all right, 1-1. Mark Stone, second. All right, 3-2. Third, and another 5-goal game. All right, so the Ottawa Senators having a tough time earlier on in the season keeping the puck out of the net. Doesn't matter if it's the Hamburglar or Craig Anderson. They got 5 goals apiece on us, all right? So I'm looking at the offense. You know, I don't really need to look at the offense right now. The offense is not the story. It's the goals against. All right, so we're going up against the Florida Panthers. It's now time for Robin Lehner to get a start, all right? Absolutely. Robin Lehner is one of the 3 goalies, boys. I want to find our goalie of the future. If Robin Lehner, I know he's only got the 4 gold star potential, but if he can turn into like an 87, that's good enough for me. Look what Hope did. All right, so Lehner, you're going to get the start. Anderson, you're going to get the scratch. Hammond, you're going to come in. All right. Just for the first few games here, boys. I don't want to go too far into the season. I don't want to simulate a month and have a record of like 2-7-2 or something like that, because I want to make the playoffs year one. So we got to figure out what our team is not doing right. And by me simulating these games, you guys see exactly who's scoring, who's not, power play, penalty kill. Because you guys can pause the video and find out the stats, all right? So first period, there you go. Bobby Ryan, Hoffman, and Shea Son. Second period, all right, Ray Whitney gets a goal. Come on now, boys. First win of the season. 13 shots to 17. We only have 13 shots. Come on now, Lehner. You can do it. Third period, yeah! And Robin Lehner comes in and gets the first win for the Ottawa Senators. So, boys, this is why I didn't make the trade. Everyone's saying go with Anderson, go with Hammond. What about Robin Lehner? Guy back there, the super sweet, all right? He wants to get the starting job. He doesn't want to wait. He's 84 overall. He does not want to wait. So I'm going to leave, actually, no, what should I do? Yeah, you know, I know this is taking a long time to do this, boys, but I want to give the ice time so no one drops an overall too early. All right, so Hammond, no, you ain't going back in there. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I actually did this. Anderson, you get back in there. Hammond, you're going to watch from the press box. Just a few more games of this, boys. Let's see if Robin Lehner can win a few in a row. And then we'll go back to the real simulation. So our first home game of the year. Oh, yeah. Oh, 4 games in a row at home. This is what we'll do. All right, so the Colorado Avalanche. Let's see if Robin Lehner can do it again for us. First period. All right, there you go. Cody Ceci. And they got their backup in the net. Barra. Let's go, boys. Second period. Oh, Ryan and Shason. Third period. Oh, Robin Lehner. The super Swede. He's come into the season. That's incredible. Andrew Hammond, 5 goals against. Anderson, 5 goals against. 2 games for Robin Lehner, 1 goal against. Oh, we may have something here. I'm happy if I have a goalie who starts playing well. I'm very happy. All right, so hang on. Because it's the auto goalie rotations, Robin Lehner will automatically be the backup because yeah, there you go. Anderson, get the hell out of there. Hammond, you can go back in. Anderson is going to scratch you. I like it, though. If Lehner's doing good, this is good, because then it makes it... On paper, it makes sense to trade away Hammond or Anderson because Lehner is the young goaltender with the potential, right? But I'm just glad to see that he's actually playing well. I didn't like some of those comments you guys were saying. He doesn't get good. I don't like seeing that. First period. Come on now. Another home game. First period. All right. 1-1. So let's see if Lehner's going to have the first game where he allows 2. Second period. Ooh, they got 2 on Robin Lehner. Come on now, offense. You put enough shots on the net. Come back for your goalie here. Third period. All right, baby. Mark Matheny, Kyle Turris. They come back in the third. Robin Lehner keeps the 2 goals against at the... well, you know what? I messed that up. He keeps the game for 2 goals against, though, at most. And the Ottawa Senators come back and win it in the third period. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Robin Lehner's on a 3-game winning streak. You know what? There's no point in breaking this up, boys. I'm just going to go with it. I know I keep on changing the backup goalie every time. It's taking a long time. But you know what? We're on a 3-game winning streak right now. Superstitions are very much a part of sports. Let's see if this backup changing every game continues to work for Robin Lehner. All right, he seems to be getting the confidence that he needs. The GM is finally getting behind him. Hang on a second. Anderson, Hammond. There you go. Lehner. We're against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We can win this game. I only wish this... Oh, you know, how do you... Yeah, I think there's a way of, I remember that back in the day when the auto goalie rotations option wasn't on. If I change it to the AHL and then back out, it goes faster, right? I'll try that the next time. All right, so the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's see what happens here. Come on now, Ottawa. 3 in a row. Let's make it 4. First period. All right, 1-1. Kadri and Hoffman. Second period. All right, there you go, Weirkoch. Come on now, Robin Lehner. You got this. Third period. Oh, they tied it up. Phil Kessel and Matt Fratton. All right, so Lehner has his first 3 against goal game. And it's a bad one, too. It's a third period comeback. All right, come on now. Overtime. Oh, going to a shootout, boys. Who's going to get it? Shootout. Ah, that's Toronto. Roman fucking Polak. Why the hell is Roman Polak taking his shot in a shootout? Jesus Christ. All right, so we did it. We played our goaltenders. We figured out who's got the hot hand. It seems like it's Robin Lehner. So let us go. Yeah, let me try this move here. We're almost done the first month. We might as well just finish it off like this. I want to do these kind of simulations a lot more, boys. Sometimes when you do the quick simulation, you miss out on stories and, you know, just little things that you as the viewers can pick up on. Like, there's only 4 games left. Yeah, we'll do this. All right, so Robin Lehner got his first loss, so I'm going to go back to another goalie. I know he had a good game, but let's just give another start. Anderson, you're going to get the scratch. All right, Hammond, I want to see what you can do after that first bad game that you had. All right, Robin Lehner's going to, you know what? Actually, Robin Lehner, there you go. I'm going to scratch you. I'm going to give Anderson the backup position. Lehner's had a few games here. Give him some time to rest. All right, he is a young and oh shit! I was supposed to change the AHL team. Damn it, forgot to do that. We'll do it next time. All right, so let's see if Andrew Hammond, his first game of the NHL, 5-0, all right, or 5 goals against. Let's see what his second game can bring. First period, all right, he allows 1. Curtis Lazar, I think that's his first of the year. Second period, all right, there you go. Zabinajad gets 1. Clemenson is in the net. It's not even Corey Schneider. Come on now, boys. Third period, yeah, and Andrew Hammond. There you go, Hamburglar. That's what we needed. 1 goal against, 24 shots on the net, and the Hamburglar comes up strong for us, all right? Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a good game, too. It wasn't a game that our offense stole for him. It's a game that he definitely had help. So, you know what? Should I go back with... Hang on one second. All right, so we only have 3 more games here. 2 against Chicago. So, you know what? I think I might kind of hide Robin Lehner from Chicago here, right? So, Anderson, you know what? No, you know, I'm going to give it back to Hammond. Now, hang on. If I change it to boom and then... Oh, there's the autosave. Right. Okay, go back to the AHL team and then back out. You can skip the autosave. Beautiful. I remember that was a tip from back in the day. All right, so let's see here. Andrew Hammond came off that big win. Let's see what he can do against the Chicago Blackhawks here on the road. First period. Ooh, Sharp gets a goal on Hammond. Second. Ooh, yeah, it's the Chicago Blackhawks. And the third, all right, so not a bad game for Andrew Hammond. 3 goals on 36 shots. I mean, that's going to happen, especially with a great team like the Chicago Blackhawks, all right? So now it's time for Andy to get his game. Got to bring Robin Lehner back in as well. He's had a game off in the press box. But he's had 2 games off in the press box, yeah, so we got to bring him back now. It's hard to work 3 goalies, boys, but GM Superbman is finding a way to do it. We're back, boys. Had to do some Power video editing, but I love my new computer, because now when my frames drop, it just drops off and saves what it saved before instead of losing everything, alright? So, I dropped frames, but we didn't lose anything. I fucking love it, my new computer. Alright, so what was I doing? We just lost to Chicago, right? And it was Andrew Hammond in the net. We were going to go with Andy the next game. And actually, no, we're going to go with Robin Lehner the next game, right, with Andy as the backup, right. So, Hammond, you had a good game, all right, but I'm going to go with Lehner. Here you go. Lehner's going to play the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have 2 more games in this month. I think I might do this. This might be... I'm trying to add new things to the GM mode, right? So the first month of simulating, maybe I should do this for the future. Just in-game simulations for a month so we can see individual stats, and then we can do the real simulation to the trade deadline, and then the regular season finish, then the playoffs, right? Trying to enhance this GM mode. You guys go nuts with the comments. So let's see what Robin Lehner can do against the Columbus Blue Jackets here. Come on now, boys. First period. All right, Nick Foligno. I wonder if he's going to have a good year with the new rosters. Second period, Brendan Dubinsky. It's not Robin Lehner's fault. Where's our offense? Third period, didn't get any offense. All right, so actually, well, I mean, we put the puck on the net. 38 shots to 33. Just couldn't get any goals. Dubinsky, Foligno, Stone. Stone's already got 4 goals in the season. Hoffman had an assist. Yeah, Stone's leading our team in goals. So last game of the first month of the NHL season. Last game of October. So far, we lost that game. You know what? I'm going to go back with Andy, all right? Andy's the only one who hasn't had a good game yet. Hammond had that one game. Lehner's had a few good games, but he also lost a few. So let's go with Andy and Robin Lehner as the backup, all right? Andy, one more chance. If you want a place on this team, Andy, you've got to do something here against the Chicago Blackhawks, all right? The votes are not going to be too good for you, and it's about time that we make some changes to improve the season. It's not a bad start, but it's not a good start. So come on now, Andy. First period. Ooh, all right, we got one. Jonathan Taves. Can't blame him there. Zach Smith, shorthanded goal, baby. Hell yeah. Second period. Ooh, Brad Richards. All right, third period. Come on now, boys. Let's get this win against Chicago. It's probably our last game against Chicago for the entire year. Brad Richards. No, it doesn't look like it's going to go yet. Oh, wait, Robin Lehner's back in the net. What happened to Anderson? Oh, did Anderson get injured? That may make it hard to trade the guy. MacArthur gets one late. Is that going to be enough? No, and the Chicago Blackhawks beat the Ottawa Senators again. All right. Now, Anderson was taken out of the game after 2 goals. That's not enough usually to pull a goalie to make a momentum change. That might be an injury. And if Anderson's injured, we can't trade him, right? So let's see. Craig Anderson's been injured with a hamstring. His estimated return is November 6th. Woo! Got lucky there, boys. Definitely got lucky there. November 6th is it's less than a week away, basically. All right, so we got to worry about that shit. Boston Bruins, how long have we been going for? I could just get up to the... you know what? Still a few games away. I'm going to stop it right there, right? Because Anderson is out of the lineup, so kind of makes sense. So let's take a look at the stats here. Team standings. We're 4-5-1. Not the greatest start, but it's not horrible either. It's still very earlier on in the season. The 5 regulation losses kind of sucks, but we can win some games. Goals 4 per game. We're 21st in the NHL, so we're not scoring enough goals. Clark MacArthur. Goals against per game. 14th in the NHL. That's not bad when you look at our team. We should be a goal-scoring team, so we need to improve our goals for, get it in the top 10 before we start going crazy with our goals against. We know we have a weak team without a starting elite goaltender, right? So it makes sense, but our goals for, we should definitely try to get that up there. Power play percentage, 22.6. See, we can improve the power play. Penalty kill. Okay, so we have to improve the penalty kill. Maybe Curtis Lazar is not the best idea for the penalty kill. Maybe we need specific bottom 6 5-on-5 players who dominate the penalty kill. Maybe a penalty kill defenseman as well. All right, so that's something that we need to get. Our home record is 3-1-1, so we're deadly on home ice. Away record 1-4, and our last 10 4-5-1. That's basically our record. Okay. Player stats for the season here. Let's see who's doing good. And don't look at the the team stats and say, oh, that's not realistic. It's so earlier on in the season. We can't judge the rosters just yet, all right? So, forwards, Hoffman and Stone leading our team in points. That's what I mean, boys. 84 with 3.5 green is fine for these guys. They can put up points with that. Turris, Bobby Ryan's only got 5 points in 10 games played. If we're talking about goal scoring, I mean, Hoffman and Stone are getting it done on the second line with Zibanejad. Zibanejad's got 4 points. That's fine for a second liner, but Clark MacArthur on that first line, I don't know if he's good enough, boys. He'd be fine second liner, but we have Hoffman and Stone as our second line wingers. Too good for a third liner, so I just don't know if he fits in our team. I wouldn't mind getting another, like his passing is only 86, offensive awareness is only 86. You want to increase Turris? Turris got 88, 89 passing and offensive awareness. Bobby Ryan, 90, 89. You need to get another guy with 88s or better to improve that first line, all right? So MacArthur, I don't know if he fits, but I don't have to trade him just yet. Could use some depth goal scoring as well. All right, there you go. Defenseman. Let's see this. Weirkoch, 4 points. CC, 4 points. Erik Karlsson's only got 3 points in 10 games played. It's not enough for Karlsson, all right? So we got to get him going from the point as well. Maybe Mark Mathot is not the best choice. Maybe I should put Weirkoch beside Erik Karlsson. Let Mathot dominate the top 4, all right? So you guys can help me out there. Anderson, all right, so the goaltenders. Think you guys would agree with how I played them. I'm right. 3 games played for both Anderson and Hammond. Both their goals against average above 3. Lehner got 7 games played. His goals against average below 2, right? So this is why I wanted to feel out the goaltenders. It's early still, but Lehner really showed us that he can play, man. And Anderson 0-2. Yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall for Craig Anderson after that kind of month. Save percent, they're both even for Hammy and Anderson, but Hammy is what? 9 years, oh no, not 9 years, 7 years younger than Anderson, right? So it just makes sense, man. Anderson, man, I hate to say it. Jeez, that's not the greatest start. We needed a good start out of you because you're playing from behind against Hammond and Robin Lehner, right? So, interesting. Oh, you know what? Player stats of the season. Let me just do this as well. Hang on 1 second. Let me show you guys all the stats for all the NHL teams. Hang on a second here. NHL. All right. Sorry, all the points for the skaters. So, Nicholas Backstrom, 19 points in 9 games played. Ovi, 9 goals in 9 games played. Matt Molson's up there. Stamkos, Ben, Datsuk. All right, but don't worry about that. It's way too early to go crazy about it just yet. And defensemen, all right, let's see. Drew Doughty, Weidman, Krug, Vatanen. All right, very good. All right, so there is the beginning of the Ottawa Senators season. Anything and everything. Line changes, trades, Anderson trade. Who do we need? Clark MacArthur, penalty kill. I want to make the playoffs in year 1. I'm not ready to say year 1's a lost cause. It's not. We just got to start winning some games. Robin Lehner seems to be our best goaltender right now, so what do we do with the trading assets that we have to improve the other holes that we have on our team? Let me know, boys. Use the website and the comment section in YouTube to voice your opinion. There'll be a new vote up on the website as well. What do we need more? Forward, defenseman, depth, all right? And I will see you guys in the next one.